Hey, it's election season, everybody. Hey, you guys voting this November? It's election season. Guys, welcome back to Jakey's Pod. We're back for the election season we're back for the election season special, baby. We're talking everything elections this November. Psych. That's not what we're talking about today. That is not the topic of today's Jakey's Pod, but it could be a little. How are you doing this election season? Are you surviving the political propaganda? You know, my parents told me, because they don't live in Pennsylvania, they say they just don't get ads the same way we get ads. But here we get a lot of ads. But you know, I was saying to Maria this morning, I feel, and that maybe this could be me out of touch, out of the loop. Like, I get that there's a lot on the line. This isn't my first rodeo either. I mean, I guess my last rodeos were like around college time, but this isn't my first rodeo. But I feel like, this election season, we're less than a month away, and I feel like it's just not that big a deal. Am I wrong? Or am I wrong? Like, what's going on? Can somebody please explain it to me? I just feel like maybe I'm out of the loop. Maybe I'm unplugged. Maybe I don't know what's going on in the world. But I just feel like in past years there has been more hullabaloo, if I'm using that word correctly. There's been more stuff going on about the and I'm just gonna say, hey guys, because I'm getting both side ads. Like both sides are giving ads to me relentlessly. Both sides are just botching it on the ads. Marketing. I'm a marketing genius. I'm a marketing G. Guys, you're botching on the advertisements, all right? You guys need more hipster rap music. That's what I do. You need to be putting hipster rap music in your fucking political ad. No, but I just feel like, not to sound like, I feel like people say shit like this all the time, but, politics right now. Politics was a parody of itself like 2 years ago or 3 years. I don't know how many years ago now. But now it's like a parody of a parody of a parody of itself. And it just doesn't even make sense. It's just like, it goes Donald Trump squashes babies' heads with his bare hands. Kamala Harris raped an immigrant. Like, that's what it's just like, I know, like, they're both just going so hard in the paint. But then they're like, look, right here, the political ads are just horrible. Like, I'm not saying, like, the content of them is horrible. The content of either of them could be correct or incorrect. Like, they're so muckslinging and they're impossible to verify. And then, on the other end of it, it's just like, guys, from a video editing perspective, it's just fucking horrible. They're fucking horribly done videos. They look bad. They sound bad. They don't get your point. And it's like the opposite of like a good ad, which like grabs your attention, or a good piece of media grabs your attention, pulls you in. It's like repulsive to the eyes and ears. It's like you want to get rid of them right away. You honkies think you're getting in. What are you guys doing? You're on the railroad? What the fuck are you doing? Fine, sure. Go ahead of me. Yeah, fine. What the fuck are you fucking doing? Washington, D.C. These are the people who run this country. These are the people who run this country. What is this thing? End taxation without representation. I'm for that. That's the other thing. Is I was listening to one of the political candidates talking today, and they were talking about taxes. I'm like, what the fuck are we even talking about at this point, guys? Dude, food is so fucking expensive. You know how you know shit's fucked up? Is because every conversation... And I just feel like an old man. Every conversation I have with like normal people, the topic becomes how fucked the economy is. It's super crazy. How's everything going? Same old, working a lot. Yeah, me too, working a lot. Yeah, this economy's fucked right now. Yeah, things are expensive. All my friends have 3 jobs and we all have no money. I mean, all my friends we're all drug addicts. We're all addicted to drugs. But, I mean, oh, come on, D.C. Oh, God, it's just me and D.C. Me and DC at the light with a hobo. Oh, God. And he heard me say that, too, which is, doesn't make me feel too good. But, that's what I'm saying. Like, guys, I've really tricked you this whole time. I I've really tricked you this whole time. This episode isn't going to be about the election season. You just walked into my review of Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis. You were in the Megalopolis review. The Washington D.C. They think I'm like making gun signs at them, and I'm not. This is a review of Francis Ford Coppola's supposedly final film, Megal Apple Tits. Midget Apple Tits. That is the movie that we're reviewing now. No, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. That was the original idea. I thought I was going to pull you in with election and then just review Megalopolis. But maybe I should just review Megalopolis. That's what I should do. I think, like, maybe I'll do that as a separate video. I could maybe do 2 videos. I'll do one on the election season. I'll do the other one on Megalopolis. But maybe I'll save the Megalopolis thoughts for the end of the video. Then we'll double back to what I have written down, and then we'll maybe, dip back in and out of the Megalopolis review. Or I'll give you a quick, first of all, my Megalopolis review is up on Letterboxd right now. You need to be downloading the app Letterboxd. You need to be looking up Swag Blaze 420, and then you need to be reading my review of Megalopolis, dude. I'm reviewing films. I review movies, and my reviews are really good. I reviewed Megalopolis this morning, but the thing about the movie Megalopolis is that it's about a utopia. It's about living in a utopia, and it's like I've been reading a lot of philosophy this week, and by reading a lot of philosophy, reading is just absolutely the incorrect word. I've been watching YouTube videos of people who have read books talking about philosophy. That fucking DC car is having a major malfunction, by the way. They are still just struggling right now. But I didn't want other people's reviews of Megalopolis to spoil, because that's what happens. Is like you read a review and you're like, yeah, that makes sense, and then somebody goes, what's your review of it? And then you end up just saying kind of a regurgitation of what you heard. And for this weird movie, I really wanted bare bones. I really wanted to just get my own interpretation of what this fucking dork ass movie was about. And it's it's a passion project, but ultimately, so I've been before I did my review, I've been like sitting around digesting it, thinking about Indian drivers, thinking about stuff like that, I guess one of the topics of the movie is that, yeah, don't look at me, bitch. Yeah, you drive like shit too. Sorry. The topic of the movie is like, it's kind of like a hippy dippy ideal, like that we could all live in a utopia. And just this week, I was thinking, kind of in an unrelated way, I don't trust people who are selling you on utopia. I think that's like a bad negative impulse. It's like feeding people candy. The idea of like that we could all live together in some sort of, like if you were to, I just think it's kind of a contrived idea. Like it's almost like a borderline, like a biblical Garden of Eden idea. Like we could remove suffering from society or some shit. Like I just don't think we can. I just don't think it's possible. I think if you were to build a mega, is that stand-up comedian? Nah, it can't be. It can't be. But Megalopolis, I don't think we can live in a society like even if like all of society's ills were potentially like cured. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. This is like what the politicians say with the taxes. They always talk about like taxes, like we take tax here and we put the money there instead. That's never what fucking happens. It's like there can never be like a reallocation of funds. You know what I mean? They always say it like it's gonna be. They're like, well, I heard fucking Kabamba Poo Poo Hip Hop saying that if she's gonna take the taxes from the rich and redistribute them to the poor. And I'm like, that sounds so nice. What a nice idea. No one's ever thought of that. Except That never fucking happens because no, you can't just reallocate funds just because you take people's taxes and go, oh, tax here, and then let's put tax. I've been having black diarrhea. It's just been insane, the diarrhea I've been having. I mean, like 3 or 4 days in a row now, I've just been like in the middle of my day, eating all healthy foods, supposedly. I just have to go downstairs and make black diarrhea. Like it's just like, it feels like a demon crawled up inside me. That's what's coming out of me. A literal demon. And I've been taking some supplements. I've been taking like stuff like vitamin C, vitamin A, stuff like that, like vitamin zinc. And all that's fine and good. Like none of that, but I started taking iron pills and I immediately started shitting black. And I was like, Maria was like, should we Google it? And I'm like, let's not Google black diarrhea because I know what it's going to say. It's going to say I'm bleeding internally. I know that because black means bleeding internally. But I have a feeling I'm not bleeding internally. I have a feeling it was something else. But I guess, we Googled it and it said that black stool could be caused by taking iron supplements. Why? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. But I'm definitely going to stop taking iron supplements because it literally feels like fucking Satan himself is living in my asshole. That's what it feels like. I said all that I'm going to double back. I'm going to double back to what I was talking about. I mean, I was talking about like utopia. Can we live in one? I think no. I think it's a madman's dream, so to speak, that we can live in a utopia. And people who sell utopia on utopia and stuff, they're usually like rich people who want to manipulate you. Think about that. You got to think more about what people are saying. You got to think more about what people, you know what I mean? Like the idea that they could reallocate funds, I don't know. Have you heard of the dead job theory? That might not be what it's called, but I found out about this. I was hearing about the dead internet theory. Do you know about the dead internet theory? I wasn't reading, but I was watching YouTube videos about Friedrich Nietzsche this week. Heard of Friedrich Nietzsche? Am I saying that right? Friedrich Nietzsche? Am I saying that right? Dude, saying God is dead. We got the dead God theory. Internet's dead. We got the dead internet theory. And your jobs are dead. There's a dead job theory. Everything's dead. Dead. Everything links back to Nietzsche, by the way. It's just like, some of those people, it's like just the most referenced people ever. It's like Dr. Dre. Nietzsche's a lot like Dr. Dre. You know what I mean? Just like a lot of stuff, or P. Diddy may be a better example. A lot of stuff just stems back to him, so to speak. But yeah, Friedrich Nietzsche, right? God is dead. He said God is dead. People also just tend to interpret stuff at face value. I think what he meant is that, in modernity wasn't going to have a place for God, right? Like it wasn't going to, and by God he meant like Christian God, like they're going to, which, we have seen that in society. We don't have a God in schools anymore. We have, twerking 12-year-olds or whatever we have in schools anymore. I don't know what's in schools, all right? But, so God is dead, and then there's this dead internet theory. Do you know what the dead internet theory? The dead internet theory is that the internet is no longer being occupied by people making stuff. I mean, for me it is. That's what I do. But I guess most of what the internet is, I guess, a bunch of robots saying nothing. I guess most stuff. Have you ever looked on a Facebook post and you scroll down a Facebook post and then you just literally it's just people kind of giving inhuman responses. They're just yes, praise God. I don't know. It's just you're who are all these people? Or they'll just in big agreement or in big. I also watched this. I wouldn't call it a documentary, but I guess you could say it was a documentary. It was about that guy. What's his name? Flesh Simulator. I guess Adamus has a relationship with Flesh Simulator. Flesh Simulator. Cool guy. Cool cat, baby. Cool guy. Fun guy. Really fucked my head up this past weekend. Really gave me a lot to chew on, even though you're a fucking Flesh Simulator because of all the infighting you're doing. I don't know. But he was basically saying, he did this whole doc, or hit piece or investigation into, like, the city with the most Reddit users, and the city with the most Reddit users is, I mean, I don't know where it is specifically, but let's say it's fucking like Albuquerque or somewhere even smaller. It's like Little City, Michigan or whatever, you know? It's like some little fucking town, but it's next to like a military base. And it's like, oh, well, military bases could be big, but it's like, for there to be that many Reddit users in this town, it would be every member of that military base would need to have fucking 60 Reddit accounts that they would be having to post on all day long. It doesn't even make fucking sense. Like, hold on, give me 1 second. But basically, just like think about that the next time you're on fucking Reddit trying to get your fucking comedy fans, right? Is that they're not even real. Most of the people on that app, hey, what's up? Good, brother. Most of the people on that app are not real. They're literally robots communicating to other robots. God damn it. God damn it! Jakey's parking like a woman. Anyways, what was I talking about? Dead internet theory? Reddit's full of robots? Yeah, you fucking knew that. That's what I'm saying. There's stuff, like your intuition tells you that, but you're like, well, they must be real. No, they're little robots being trained on ChatGPT to act like Reddit users. It's fucking retarded. Fuck that fucking website. I'm going to be posting some comedy clips there soon. Please go. So there's the internet's dead. And then also your job is dead. You fucking fool. You fucking fool. Your job is dead. I mean, I don't know if my job's dead. I mean, it definitely is. I was actually talking to somebody I work with who knows, numbers. And he was saying, like, I'm a bartender. And he was saying, like, you could just look at I bartend at musical venues. So, like, concerts come to town. I'm the guy cracking those big tall boys making money. My job is alive. Kind of. If you look at the charts, we seem to be, like, working more shows. People in general are just spending less. Like, I sell Bud Lights for, like, $15. Like, it's fucking retarded. But my job serves a purpose, at least. People like going to see concerts, and when people go to see concerts, they like to get drunk. And then, at an offshoot of that, I get to pay my rent. But, like, wow, that is good. Herman's Coffee, everybody. If you were able to get through this psychotic political rant, Herman's Coffee. It's good. So, what was I saying? I was talking about the dead job theory. I guess most jobs are dead, and by that it means, like, and I've been a wage slave before. Hey, I would love to link up with other wage slaves that are sitting there. You're sitting there. No, you're not sitting. You're doing something. Maybe you are. Maybe you aren't. I don't know. Most jobs. This is just something I heard. Right? So I heard Reddit's dead. I heard that most jobs, you don't have to do anything. That you're just a wage slave, and that you're basically just spending time finding ways to spend your time, and that, like, hypothetically, like, your job might not even need to exist, or just like basically, like, your 40-hour week is basically like 3 hours of computer time, and then 37 hours of moving a mouse around. I mean, I know that's true for some of my friends, but I'm like, they seem to have, like, a life, you know what I mean? I'm just not that kind of guy. My parents didn't raise me that way. I'm raised from that really sturdy, boneheaded ilk of New Englander. I was meant to be a factory prole. I was meant to be a factory prole, fucking stitching little fucking sweaters or putting fucking gears and fucking gobs or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I was meant to be a good New England fucking factory worker. Meant to be busy all day. I never can get a job where I could just slack, but I guess most people have jobs where you could slack. I guess most of you are working from home. You got cushy slippers on. You get to play video games and move your mouse around. And I'm talking about Logan Mallon right now, and I don't mean to be sounding bitter, but I just mean, from, like, a wider perspective. I don't know. I mean, my job has purpose, luckily. I mean, I wish I didn't have to do it. I wish I could be doing other stuff, mostly when I'm working. But I do have a good job where I do I get to be busy when I'm at work. Like a good shift for me is a busy shift. I do stuff. I have like a purpose. I don't have a purpose. Like I don't find a lot of meaning in my job selling drinks, but it does carry a utilitarian purpose, which is people like to drink and entertain themselves. If there wasn't alcohol for sale, I'm sure they would be finding ways to do it. You know, like, oh, a fly just, Jesus. But most jobs, I guess, you're just a fucking wage slave. You just clock in and you just don't do anything. And you just like, and that's like worse to me. I'm probably gonna work one of those shifts right now. There's this comedian coming to town. I actually like him. I'm gonna say that right now. Saying, you know, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. You just can't. All right. The economy's fucked right now. Nobody's buying tickets. Nobody's buying drinks. That's what's happening. That's just what like. But I guess most people's job, they just sit around and do nothing, and you get paid to do nothing. But also, it's like, what are you gonna climb the corporate ladder? Like I don't know. Like the idea of being like I'm not exactly a wage slave. I'm like an in and out guy. I'm hired to do a utilitarian task. You know what I mean? I'm hired to do like a bartending is a profession. It's a service. Do you know what I mean? But these like clickety clack computer guys, you know, you're just a wage slave, bro. I don't know. But I guess, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think it's so, I was watching these videos basically that this economy is set up, everything's a house of cards. Everyone's kind of shuffling papers around at the highest level of society, making all the money. I watched this other documentary. I've been watching documentaries, guys. I watched this documentary about the dictator of Turkmenistan. Because you don't know shit about the dictator of Turkmenistan, dude. But the dictator of Turkmenistan is a fucking mega nut job, dude. Because, you know, everyone gets, Kim Jong-un gets all the fucking, remember Kim Jong-il? Guys, can we just bring it back to Kim Jong-il for a minute? Remember that guy with the fucking flat top? And he looked funny. Kim Jong-il and Kim Jong-un, like they're like when you do like charts where you rank the countries, right? You got fucking, oh, it's always like North Korea. Oh, they can't even fucking afford rice. They don't even, like, I don't know. They always say like, there's just guys eating twigs somewhere. And then in the capital city, there's this big empty capital city where they're just like, everything's built, but nobody's in there. And then they got everyone living in huts and shit. That's what utopia brings you. When you have a guy trying to set up a fucking utopia, you always get a fucking nut job, and he makes himself into a god, like, and then tells everybody he's a god, and then he makes all the citizenry live in fucking mud. This is my argument. I didn't really articulate myself enough to Adamus about his communist pot. This is what fucking happens when I don't know why, but when you have communism, you set up all these utopian ideals, you just end up with a kooky nut job who thinks he's God, puts guns to everybody's heads, makes secret police, and then fucking, I don't know, makes a big city with nobody in it, and then makes everybody live in mud huts and fucking eat sticks and shit. I don't know why, but it's true. Shoe fly. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. And that's my problem with the movie Megalopolis. You know what I mean? Francis Coppola, I think you've been rich for too long, brother. I think you've been rich for too long and you lost sight. Utopian ideals. I mean, it's probably good. This is probably one of his themes in the movie. It's good to strive to be better. It's good to strive for better things. It's good to, like love your fellow man and stuff like that. But I don't know. Guys, I'm losing steam here. I'm losing steam. No, but I still have more to talk about. Let me just refresh myself, take a sip of my delicious Herman's coffee, and smoke a little bit. I've got work in about, let's just say 13 minutes. So, let's just say there's going to be about 13 minutes of this podcast. I feel like podcasts, just in general, always peak like 2/3 in, and then you gotta go wind down. You gotta wind down. Let's digest what we just talked about. All right, let's talk about we talked about. It's election season. All right, guys, take care of yourself this election season. Take care of your fucking mind. All right, they're working on us with propaganda. They're working on us with all types of shit. One of my theories of why the economy is so bad right now is, I think both sides are doing this. They might be clamping down, tightening the belt, so to speak, in order to get people to be more willing to vote. Make things a little bit seem more tense, get people more at each other's throats because food's more expensive. You know what I mean? I think they have the ability to do stuff like that, clamp down on us economically. make us think something. You remember that thing, the pandemic? They definitely could do that shit. So, I mean, just take care of yourself, right? The economy's fucked. Check for blood in your stool. You're going to want to check for blood in your stool. The way you're going to want to check that is you're going to want to look at your stool, and if it's fucking black, that means you're bleeding out your ass, all right? But don't fret. If you just started taking iron pills, that could also do that. So definitely like try ruling out some other stuff. Maybe change your diet if you're bleeding blood. But next up, yeah, dude, read some philosophy, you fucking fucker. All right, read some fucking philosophy. Dude, read some Nietzsche, dude. The dude's the fucking OG of having ideas. That's for sure. A lot of ideas stemmed back to that fucking nut job. He's a real. You know how he lost his mind in the end? Nietzsche was like a really smart guy, and then he had a full mental like explosion, collapse. Like he was the whole nihilism. He hated like weak people. He had a whole bunch of shit that I don't know. You can't just like pick one idea that he had at one time. The dude's ideas were evolving, and he was a big striving to be better self. Blah blah blah. And then one day he saw a guy like whipping a horse, and he was like freaked out and ran over to the horse and was like, "It's gonna be okay, brother. I feel you. I love you," and like just started hugging the horse, and then. Which I guess, and then this is the part that I was told this is the part I don't understand about Nietzsche, which is why I think I need to read some of him, is people were saying him hugging the horse is like against his core philosophy. And to that I say, why? I guess I need to learn more about his core philosophy. Why would hugging and empathizing with the horse be against his core philosophy? Is that because it mean he was weak and initially you'd be like, don't hug horses? I'm a horse hugger. I'm a horse hugger, baby. I feel like my default self would be to see the horse hugged and then to maybe relate to that horse and to go talk to the horse. But after Friedrich Nietzsche did that, he lost his mind. I guess he was a cuckoo after that. I guess before he was all silly normal, and then after that he was just cuckoo. And then he eventually lost his mind, went catatonic, never spoke again, never wrote again. And damn, that's what... You think it's fun being so fucking smart? You think you're so fucking smart? Sometimes the smartest guy ever sees a guy whipping a horse and loses his fucking mind. What do you think about that? Protect your mind, guys. Protect it. Think about stuff, but maybe don't think about... I guess maybe you could think yourself crazy, or maybe he had something going on. I don't know. Carl Jung, that's a guy who probably he lost his mind and regained it. But guys, read philosophy. Arm your mind. Think about stuff that's real. Don't think about stuff that's fake. Although I'm on a internet cleanse right now, guys. Friendly television. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. All I do is business, dude. But yeah, dude. I mean, I do business and I have no money. The economy's fucked. No, what was I just talking about? Nietzsche lost his mind. Oh, maybe moving the friendly TV over there. Well, actually, the reason I stopped, I might not do that. I don't know. Maybe keep it the same. I don't know. But the reason, so, guys, friendly television. We're finally doing it. We're putting out sketches. We're being 30-year-old YouTubers. We're putting out stuff. Trying to be 30-year-old YouTubers, trying to be influencers, baby. Yeah, that's what we're doing. I think that's the name of the game right now. I think you got to be a 30-year-old YouTuber. And we're just doing the goal. We're just trying to put out cool stuff that we think is funny, and we put out our first sketch this week. It was here's what I realized. If I'm gonna be putting shit out on the internet professionally, I need to change my fucking relationship with it. My relationship with Instagram and Facebook is fucking horrible. I've got no limits with this shit. I'm a big you're watching your story, watching your fucking views, dude. The day, and when I post stuff, I'm like it wrecks. I used to enjoy it. I feel like it's wrecked my dopamine sensors. I get a pounding headache every time I have to make Instagram posts, but that could be just because I can't look away and I'm just staring at Instagram for 5 fucking hours. Yeah, Instagram's bad. So what I've started doing, I'm a comedian, so I still need to post on social media. I'm treating shit I'm treating Instagram like a crazy bitch, dude. I'm fucking downloading it, making the posts I need to do, deleting it, getting the fuck off, getting the fuck out of here, dude. Instagram, sucks, dude. It sucks. It's I feel like these fucking companies, they've shanghaied our fucking minds. They've stolen our minds with red bubbles. I'm addicted to little red bubbles. I want people to like my stuff. Ooh, I'm creative. I want people to like my red bubbles. And I get a little rush in my fucking head when I see people with red bubbles. And I'm like immune to, and it literally, I likened it to cigarettes because, I'm posting a lot of, like I was just posting a lot of shit. And so there's constant, posts, there's, likes rolling in or whatever. Yeah, it's like, the first time I look at it in the morning and you see like a bunch of new likes, it's like, ooh, yeah, it feels like your first cigarette of the morning. You know when your first cigarette of the morning like hits you really great, and then after that, none of them feel great or whatever. Like your first thing in the morning, dude. The first fucking the first fucking dopamine of the day would feel good, and then it would just felt like fucking trash after that. Just felt fucking horrible. Guys, I gotta go to fucking work. Seamus Millar is texting me about fucking Megalopolis. I gotta talk to Logan Mallon. Things will happen. Subscribe to the YouTube, guys. Subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe to Friendly Television. Go watch Cocky Roaches. Give it a like. Show a friend. And check out my review of Megalopolis on Letterboxd. And my review of Megalopolis as a podcast, which will be coming soon. This is Bajakey's Pod, signing off.